What's up, it's your boy Sebastian, and welcome back to the ProNerd Report channel. Today we're taking a look at Kraino Origins. But before we do, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot, and it keeps you up to date with all things the ProNerd Report. Without further ado, let's get to it. First off, before we begin, full disclaimer, I was provided a copy of this game for review by the developer, so take that for what you will. Kraino Origins is a 2D action platformer that is a real throwback to the SNES era of games. It features a dope and detailed retro 2D pixel graphic art style. What is impressive is that this really detailed game was developed by a solo developer. You can definitely tell that a lot of love and care was put into the visuals of this game. Even though this game has a universal theme to it, each level of the game is slightly different and unique. Let's talk about the game itself. I'm not gonna lie to you, this game isn't for the weak. In Kraino Origins, you have infinite amount of lives and only lose a portion of money each time that you die. Don't be fooled into thinking infinite lives makes this game easy though. On the contrary, you're going to need every single one of those lives. This game goes for blood and everything is out to kill you. Trust me, your enemies are going to succeed quite a lot. At first, I thought this was just me being bad at the game, but then I got an achievement for dying 50 times. That achievement was such a relief in multiple ways. Mostly because I knew then that I wasn't going to be the only one dying an extraordinary amount of times. This game's intended purpose is to be challenging. It's intended to be this difficult. Despite the game's difficulty, you will find this game quite addicting. I found myself continuously trying over and over again just to make it a little bit further, just a little further than I got the last time. And it's extremely satisfying when I do get past a point I was really struggling with. That's what this game does best. It makes you want to get better and claw your way to the next checkpoint or to the end of a level. This game is challenging, but for the most part fair. I didn't really feel cheated when I died. I knew that every time that I died, that it was mostly me and not the game feeling cheap or really just being hard for hard's sake. This game is challenging, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's not to that level of some of those SNES greats that really just go out and try to be the most hard game possible. That said, let's talk about gameplay. Okay, so let's talk about the gameplay. Combat is mostly centered around wielding your weapon, a long-reaching sai at enemies, platforming to get to the end of each level. Imagine Mario, Super Mario, was a skeleton and cutting his enemies down with a sai, and you get the general concept here. The gameplay feels a lot like a mixture between Mario, Castlevania, and a bit of Dead Cells. The controls are your standard platformer controls. What I mean by that is that there's really only like 4 buttons that basically control your character. There's a standard attack button, there's a standard jump button, a jump then attack down button, and a spin your side to deflect projectiles button. That's all the controls this game has, and that's not really a bad thing. The controls may be simple, but that doesn't stop you from having a great time. And honestly, there's so much going on at the screen at one given point, it's almost good that there's more simplistic controls for this game. So let's talk about another pro that I really like about this game. Kraino Origins is on the shorter side, and it only has like 8 total levels. This game definitely doesn't overstay its welcome and chooses to be a high quality, shorter experience. It doesn't go out of its way to try to be something that it's not, or try to overfill the game with content that it doesn't need. It keeps everything short and sweet. There is one criticism that I have of the game, and that is the controls or the introduction of a gameplay mechanic could have been introduced in a better manner. Honestly, that's just a small nitpick on what is a good game. Overall, Kraino Origins is a solid throwback to retro SNES games. The combat is good, the platforming is solid, and the 2D pixel art style is absolutely great. If you're a fan of retro games like Castlevania and Mega Man, I definitely recommend giving this one a try. I'm giving Kraino Origins a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all things the ProNerd Report, including more game reviews and the ProNerd Report podcast, go ahead and hit subscribe to stay up on all things the ProNerd Report. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.